Yes, what's happening? Welcome to the streets of Aztec. So we're outside Wymott jail today, Wymott prison. So we're going to have a little walk around it. We're going to have give you a little bit of history on the old place. So Wymott was opened in 1979. Wymott stands for Why We Must Obey the Tannoy. So when it was first built in 1979, it was a short-term catsie, and then there was riots in 1986 and again in 1993, which changed the prison, changed the rules, changed the regime. It changed everything to the biggest nonce jail in Europe. But in between that prison, so if you look there, literally just past that bit there is the walkway, and if you see that there, I think that wing there is E and F wing, I think, from what I can remember anyway, because there's the workshops right there. Workshops are where you go and do your education and whatnot. So anyway, in when the E and F wing there, and C and D, which is behind it, and there's also a TC at the back, that's the Cat C wings, which means people that do crimes from anywhere between bank robbery, conspiracy to supply, you're doing a long term in a Cat C, which means from 4 years to 9-year sentence. Now, like I say, these 4 units are surrounded by paedophiles all right round the other edge of the place, and you see how that, I believe, this like layout of the Cat C side looks a little bit like Risley, but other than that, I couldn't tell you much more about it. But from the regime change that made it into the biggest nonce jail, and then the 4 wings that are on there, they've got programs for lifers, IPPers. IPP was now an illegal sentence. People are getting sentenced to like 6 months. It's like one guy I knew from Wigan went to a football match, banged someone out, ended up doing 11 years of his life behind the door because of IPP. He originally got a 6-month IPP, but you do go in front of paroles, and if you can't behave in prison, they knock you back, or they think you're a menace, the bastards. So we're just coming out to the entrance of the if you can see the Wymott signs, I'll zoom in there. So from there, so you see the roundabout there, the Wymott connected to a category B prison, which is long term. I think that's anywhere between 10 years to 20 years. I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, hit me up in the comments, let me know. But next door is Garth prison. I don't know about the regime, I don't know about anything that goes on in there among the stories I've heard. And from Wymott, you get a lot of the lifers that are coming from like reintegrate. So where basically, say if you're category A, you go to category B, category C. So from category B, they get brought over into category C. It's a bit mad, innit? But the only blessing I had with Wymott is, I never had people visiting me. I had my little boy visiting me, and when I was getting on with his mum, it wasn't that hard. But when I wasn't getting on with his mum, it was hard to get a visit sorted. So I can understand. But if I wasn't in Leyland, I wouldn't have got any visits, because it was the nearest place to home as a prison goes. And then the next thing is that out of the 7.5 years that I've done, is that Wymott, I've done 3 years, which was in Leyland, and then I've done 4 years in Lancaster Farms through recalls, and 6 months in HMP Kirkham. But I'm very lucky that I haven't been on tour. That's what people call it, people that just walking around the perimeter. People that went up and down the country to different prisons. When, say for instance, you're in Lancashire and you end up in one down London, well, there's 1 or 2 reasons for that. One, you get fucking moved out of the way so that no one knows who you are, usually at Wrongan or high rate grass, or you've committed your crime in that area. So I was very lucky, me, that I never got moved about. And all my jail was in the northwest, but I can imagine for some parents or a lot of mank lads who I was away with, you know, some of them committed crime down south, stuck down there, probably up until after they get sentenced. And through COVID and that, the backlogs, you know, you was waiting, some people 3-4 years to get sentenced. But yeah, we're on the back of the TC unit here. Now the TC unit is a drug, TC stands for therapeutic community. Now that means that it's a drug-free unit. As prison goes, you know, there was hardly any drugs on there. The reason why I'm going to tell you a story about that was in 2016 I moved onto that unit from D-Wing. I had a fight with a scout, so I wasn't going to get my Cat D. So they said you've got to do your TC unit. So I went on the TC unit. On the first week, you have to be padded up whether you're high risk or not. High risk means you don't share cells. But whether you're high risk or not, you share a cell on this wing. Now I was padded up for the first week with a man called Ryan McGrath, Welshman from Swansea. So literally from the first minute till the end of the story, he was whinging about a pain in his neck. He's like, oh fucking hell, bud, I fucking got a pain in my neck, I have. We went to healthcare every day. They were giving him fucking paracetamol. And then literally 7 days to the day, he jumped down off the top bunk, face planted on the floor, turning him out, but mouth pumping of blood. Turns out he died of internal bleeding, but until I found that he died of what he died of, I was questioned on a Section 18. I was questioned on murder whilst locked up on a Section 18. And I don't know if anyone could try and put the feet in my shoes for a second, but if your pad mates just genuinely drop down dead on you, he's on a therapeutic community where he's actually came to change his life, yeah? And then they fucking question on murder, and you're like, whoa, were you actually being serious? And, you know, they fucking are, mate. They don't mix the words in these places, but yeah. So anyway, as my pad mate died, there was nowhere else to put me in the prison after they questioned me. So on the same unit, a lad called Scott Wakefield from Norris Green, I ended up sleeping on his floor for a week. And then it gets even better. I was biohazard. So after that week was sorted and the police uncondemned the pad, I was biohazard, so I had to go and clean him up as well. Like I said, he died of internal bleeding, so a lot came out. And yeah, so I didn't just have to witness him die, then get them fucking question on murder. Yeah, then I had to sleep on someone's floor for a week, get given 2 pouches of burn and a bag of coffee. And literally, this was months and months before the smoking man came in, yeah. And just got told to live with it and then clean him up. Then on the same unit, I nearly died of a thing called pancreatitis, which alcoholics get, and it happened to me naturally. I weren't a hooch drinker, and even if you was on a therapeutic community, mate, you weren't getting no hooch, yeah. And yeah, got a thing called pancreatitis, and I went from 13.5 stone, no body fat, to 9 stone, nothing. I had to make a noose and cut my arms, and they still didn't believe me because pancreatitis doesn't come up on your observations. And you know, for the prison services, like sort of liability on it, you know, fair enough, if your observation aren't saying out, it don't really say there's anything up here, does it? But there is sort of thing, there is conditions out there that are like health conditions and mental health conditions that no one can see the pain and the suffering that it brings. So that's where I stand on that one. Yeah, so on that one unit, I nearly died. And then my best pal, his mother-in-law was the manager of the unit, so I didn't get to see my best pal all the while whilst I was in Wymott. I think I had to wait till Kirkham to see him. 3 years I had to wait to see. First mate in so many years, and it yeah, I had to wait till he moved to Kirkham. Kirkham was a bit of a hectic mess because they said, I never had maths and English, me, and they said you need level 2s, which is like the equivalent of a C to A grade, to get on a home leave. Now,
did you put your phone down?
No. You're not on camera?
No, it's just he's scared because you're hungry.
Oh, right, there you go. I thought you was like, put it down because of the prison. I was like, do you really have to be that guy?
You do it. Why think you're going to eat it?
Oh, he'll eat me. That sounded like I was being rude then, but outside of prison I'm like, no. Police on horses, I am not putting my camera down. I've lost my pattern of trail of thought. Now we're just coming out to the main entrance, the back line of the prison. But yeah, TC unit. You used to get pulled up, right? So you get grassed on, man, and you'd say for instance you walked out your pad with sliders on, you'd have to stand up in front of a meeting of like 80 other cons in the morning or overnight time, say, oh, I've been pulled up for wearing flip-flops on the landing. I'd like to thank X, Y and Z for pulling me up on this behaviour because health and safety out in the community is detrimental to drug use. So yeah, that was a bit of a hecticness. But yeah, 3 years of my life in Wymott. 3.5 years in Wymott, man. Yeah, I must have done 3.5 years because it was like 6 months in Fingal and a little bit in Preston. Done 4.5 on my first adults stay without any recalls, and then on the recalls after that I got like I think it was like a 2 year for my first recall, and then it was a 1.5 years on my last recall, well shy of a 1.5 years. But that was when the judges' backlogs were in, and the Lancashire fucking Post or whatever done a fucking shitty little segment about me. Got done for an attempted burglary, which is another story. But they said that I was going out on a thieving spree, but I got done for an attempted burg. Anyway, so we're at the entrance of HMP Wymott and Garth. Not there, but just a little short, just a little bit of my life and just a little information. But I'd like to say thank you for all the support, love, and it sounds like I'm saying it at the end of every video, but you know, if I didn't get no love and support at the start, I might not have ventured out of Blackpool or dead, or given me the confidence to carry on doing this. So thank you so much. Keep on tuning in. We're in Lancaster this week and Liverpool.